If you're familiar with Jay Schlatt's The Weekly Slap, this is effectively that. Same concept. It's becoming very popular on the YouTube right now, and I love it. The nostalgic headset, the ambient music, the old game footage. It's just nice. So much of my content is so high energy, silly, comedy. And when I was a kid, a little 12-year-old who just found YouTube, there were these little gaming commentaries. And I thought they were the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to make them. And I think a lot of us have shared that sentiment. A lot of YouTubers who went on to do other things shared that sentiment. So we're doing them. We're making them. I'll be taking your questions, your submissions, and trying to offer insight, advice, just talk. I'm just a guy. I don't have any profound knowledge that you don't yourself possess. But I think we could all benefit from sharing thoughts with each other. So, send me your thoughts, and I'll post my thoughts in these videos. If you had to start streaming from zero today, with no audience and basic equipment, what would you focus on first to build a real community instead of just chasing numbers? Truthfully, I'd probably do it. I don't know that I'd change a thing. I don't know if I'd do anything differently. I started streaming in about 2014. I just kind of played video games and talked into a headset, and no one really watched. But every now and again, someone would pop in and say hi, and by every now and again, I mean maybe once a week. I'd have a viewer watch me playing GTA Online or Skyrim or Fallout. And then over time, that turned into 5 people. 5 people at once, 10 people at once. And it was great. It was fun. I always wanted more, but it was a really cool start. And I remember realizing, okay, video games are what's bringing these people into my chat. It was just, I'd play a game, the title would be the game. If they found me on the Twitch directory playing that game, they'd come in and watch because they liked that game. It was very simple. Twitch used to be a lot different. Wasn't a whole lot of advertising or other platforms. It was just playing games and talking to people. I would do the same thing I did then. Just play games, hang out, and talk. Hang out with the people in your chat and treat the tight-knit community of your few viewers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Treat it as a fun little group that's hanging out together. Like you guys are watching a movie together, or you're playing a game. Chasing numbers is something I don't ever recommend. Ultimately, content is a creative endeavor. You're making something because, for whatever reason, there's something in you that wants to make something. Now, if that something in you is you want to be the next Mr. Beast and make a ton of money, that's okay. But if you don't enjoy it, you'll quickly learn that it's just not going to happen. You have to be okay with doing it with no reward whatsoever, potentially ever. It's okay to want that reward, but to build a community, you need to enjoy it. You need to have fun. You need to show up when you go live and really appreciate how you're spending your time and how the people watching you are choosing to spend their time doing so. You need to make their time well spent. Chasing numbers will just lead to heartache. Some of the most successful creators of all time will say the same thing, that as soon as they started getting hung up on those dashboards, they started losing their minds. So, build a community by just enjoying the act of creating content. It's okay to enjoy the result as well, but you have to enjoy the act. And they'll feel that. They'll appreciate that. They'll fucks with it big style. You gotta love it. Focus on the love, and the community will follow. How do you find motivation to keep yourself in good health, physical and or mental? Is there something you keep telling yourself or some sort of goal you have? My motivation to keep myself in good physical health is super simple. If I don't feel good physically, I don't feel good mentally. Simple as that. Especially with a chronic disease, it's as simple as that. If I'm too tired, I'm probably going to be too sad. And I don't like that result. I don't like that knowing, oh, I didn't take care of myself physically and do the right things, so now I'm suffering the consequences mentally. It feels like a reward when you take care of yourself physically and you see it and feel it result in an improvement to your mental health. Even if it's going for a walk, you'll notice when you're done, you take a deep breath and it just feels better. Might not be a lot better, but it's a little bit. And I think that mind-body connection and being aware of that mind-body connection is a rewarding thing. It's a relatively simple answer, I think, but it's like a cycle, you know. When you do things that make you feel good physically, the mental follows. That's motivation enough for me, and I'm not perfect. You know, there's a lot of times where I don't take care of myself physically, and then I feel bad mentally, and then that's that. It's as simple as that. But you can't get caught up in the feedback loop of, well, I didn't take care of myself physically, so now I feel bad physically, so now I feel bad mentally, so now I feel bad mentally about the fact that I feel bad mentally, and now I loop it all the way back to the beginning, and I feel bad about how I didn't take care of myself physically, and then you just beat yourself up in this endless Ouroboros cycle of eating your own tail. The positive mental improvement that comes from taking care of yourself physically is reward enough for me. It's the discipline is the motivation. The result of the discipline is the motivation. The motivating factor is the result. It feels good to feel good. So do little things that make you feel good. That's what I tell myself. It feels good to feel good, so do things that make you feel good. How did you find the confidence to start streaming? What gave you that feeling of, I can do this, I will continue to do this? The confidence came way, way later into my career. I was so anxious all the time being in front of a camera and in front of a microphone constantly. I'd say for the first 3 years I streamed, every single stream I was anxious most of the time, just nervous. And I think what gave me that feeling of I can do this, I will continue to do this, was the fact that it was one of the first times in my life I can remember loving something so much that I was willing to push through that nervousness and lack of confidence day in and day out. So the confidence came from years of repetition and realizing, oh, I'm really doing this. Comfortable or not, good at it or not, I'm doing this. And it felt like a staircase that the whole time you're climbing it, you're nervous. And eventually you just block it out entirely, and it's left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And then you look down and you go, oh my God, I climbed a whole staircase. So the confidence was a result of pushing through the discomfort. The discomfort and the lack of confidence had to exist first before the confidence and comfort in what I was doing and belief in myself could take hold. That didn't show up right away, but the negative caused the positive. That lack of belief in myself, that lack of confidence, that lack of I can do this, but still continuing to do it, I think really pushed me forward. The discomfort eventually became a comfortable feeling because I sat in it for so long. And you have to sit in it. You have to sit with the things that make you uncomfortable. You have to face your fears. If something worthwhile is on the other side of them, you gotta go. You gotta go through. Confidence or not, you just gotta go. I think if you love something and enjoy doing something, over time, that confidence, it just grows, and that fear just sheds. It's never gone, but it definitely sheds, and it just takes time, repetition. I'm always nervous the first time I try just about anything. Over the summer, I hosted for PC Gamer at Summer Games Fest. Personally, I think I did a terrible job, and I was completely out of my element and so nervous, but I did it anyway. And that was my thought process the whole time I was there. That was my thought process leading up to it, being anxious about it. There was no feeling of, I can do this. There was, well, even if I can't, I'm going to go for it. Even if I completely fail, I'm going to try. And I did. And I don't think I completely failed. But I don't think I did great. And I did it anyway. So, regardless of whether or not that confidence is there, do it anyway. You'll find that feeling eventually.